Exactly like all of the pop guys, Jim Keltner always knew one thing: he couldn't do what they did. And that humility is exactly what made him one of the greatest session drummers in rock history. Jim Keltner sits behind the drums like a king on his throne. For over 50 years, this legendary session drummer has played with literally everyone who matters in rock and roll. From John Lennon to Bob Dylan, from George Harrison to Eric Clapton, Keltner's hands have shaped the sound of music history. A drummer's perspective is different because they lock in with guitarists more intimately than almost any other musician. So when Jim Keltner finally revealed his 10 favorite guitarists of all time, the music world stopped and listened. This was not the opinion of another fan. This was the man who felt every note, every bend, every riff from the best seat in the house. Some legendary names were missing. Some unexpected players made the cut. But the list revealed hidden truths about guitar playing that most people never consider. Today, we count down Jim Keltner's personal top 10, from number 10 to number 1. 1. John Lennon. This is the choice that shocks many people. John Lennon wasn't a virtuoso. He didn't shred. He didn't play long solos. But Keltner, who worked closely with him, understood the truth. Lennon had the complete musical package. He wrote the songs. He sang the songs. And he played guitar with perfect rhythm, timing, and feel. Keltner recorded with Lennon on Imagine, Mind Games, and many others. He saw how Lennon's strumming created the foundation of timeless music. Lennon's rhythm playing was subtle, sophisticated, and essential. He played exactly what the song needed. Never more, never less. Keltner once said, "Lennon understood music from the inside better than anyone." His guitar was an extension of his songwriting genius. 2. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix didn't just play guitar, he reinvented the electric guitar itself. Though Keltner never recorded with him, Hendrix's influence shaped every session he played afterward. Hendrix used feedback, distortion, and effects as tools of musical creation. His performances at Monterey and Woodstock remain unmatched. Songs like Voodoo Child and Machine Gun showed his mix of blues, psychedelia, and fearlessness. Hendrix played left-handed on a flipped right hand, Strat, giving him unique attack and phrasing. He changed the instrument forever. 3. George Harrison. George Harrison wasn't just a guitarist, he was a spiritual force. He and Keltner were close friends and collaborators for decades. Harrison played with pure intention. Every note mattered. His solo on Something is considered one of the greatest of all time. Simple, emotional, perfect. His slide work on My Sweet Lord and All Things Must Pass opened new possibilities for rock guitar melody. Keltner loved how Harrison used space and restraint. Melody was everything. Taste was everything. Keltner said Harrison had the purest musical heart of any guitarist he ever knew. 4. Duane Allman. Duane Allman changed slide guitar forever. Before his tragic death at age 24, he revolutionized Southern rock. Though Keltner never recorded with him, he studied Allman deeply and considered him a major influence. Allman's slide part on Layla remains one of rock's most emotional moments. His tone was thick, vocal, expressive. On Allman Brothers classics like In Memory of Elizabeth Reed, he built long improvisations that told complete musical stories. Keltner said Allman played with more soul in 2 years than most guitarists manage in lifetimes. His unique slide sound, using a Coricidin bottle, became legendary. 5. Freddie King. Freddie King played guitar with raw physical power. His thumb and finger attack created a driving blues sound that hit like a freight train. Keltner worked with King during his 1000 970 comeback and witnessed a volcano of energy. King's hits Hide Away. The stumble showed off his explosive skill. But King wasn't just a guitarist. He sang the blues with equal force. Keltner loved playing behind King because the groove became hypnotic. King pushed tempos hard, forcing drummers to rise to his level. Keltner described Freddie King as pure blues power, without ego or pretense. 6. Neil Young. Neil Young plays guitar like he's in a fistfight with his own soul. His solos are messy, chaotic, and absolutely electrifying. But Keltner discovered that Young's wildness was actually pure honesty. No polish, no perfection, just raw emotion. Young's old black Les Paul sliced through mixes like a chainsaw. His extended solos on Down by the River and Cortez the Killer built intensity through repetition and growing aggression. Young wasn't about technique. He was about feeling. He took risks constantly. He embraced feedback and noise long before grunge was born. Keltner said, Neil Young had the most honest guitar in rock and roll. 7. Ry Cooder. Ry Cooder explored American music, like an archaeologist digging for lost treasure. His slide guitar landscapes transported listeners to other worlds, deserts, railroads, ghost towns. Keltner collaborated with Cooder extensively and developed a rare musical telepathy with him. Cooder approached guitar as a historical instrument. He researched obscure folk and world traditions and brought them into modern music. His slide playing could be mournful one moment and joyful the next. Every take was unique, every performance genuine. Keltner admired Cooder's authenticity and rejection of rock star cliches. Together, they created unforgettable film soundtracks where Cooder's guitar acted like a character in the story. Keltner said, Cooder understood the soul of American music better than anyone alive. 8. Mick Taylor. When Mick Taylor joined the Rolling Stones, the band evolved into a blues powerhouse. His guitar tone was fluid, almost singing. Keltner worked with Taylor on sessions and found a guitarist with unbelievable technical skill and deep emotional expression. Taylor could make his guitar cry. During the Stones' golden era, 1969, 1974, Taylor created legendary solos, especially Can't You Hear Me Knocking, which exploded from blues into jazz rock brilliance. Taylor approached every session with total professionalism and zero ego. What set him apart? His jazz influence. He thought in complex scales and modes most rock players never touched. Keltner said Taylor had the sweetest tone and the smartest fingers of any British guitarist. 9. Robbie Robertson. Robbie Robertson painted pictures with his guitar, pictures of old America, forgotten highways, dusty towns, and lost souls. His work with the band blended rock, country, folk, and blues into something entirely new. Keltner joined Robertson on various projects and recognized a true musical storyteller. On tracks like The Wait, Robertson proved that great guitar playing isn't about speed or flash, it's about atmosphere and emotion. His guitar parts flowed naturally with Levon Helm's drumming, creating a timeless sound. Robertson could make his Stratocaster sound like a mandolin, a banjo, or a steel guitar. Nothing wasted. Everything intentional. Keltner praised Robertson for having a deep understanding of American roots music while still pushing boundaries. 10. Mike Campbell. Mike Campbell never chased fame. For decades, he stood quietly beside Tom Petty, crafting riffs that became American anthems. Keltner worked with Campbell on multiple sessions and noticed something unique. Campbell understood space. He played only what mattered. He never overplayed. Every note served the song. On Running Down a Dream, Campbell's grinding, hypnotic riff locked perfectly with Keltner's steady groove. Together, they created a living heartbeat. Keltner once said Campbell had the best feel for rock and roll simplicity he had ever witnessed. Campbell built solos like stories, with a beginning, a middle, and a satisfying ending. And what impressed Keltner most? His total lack of ego. Campbell listened more than he talked. His guitar wasn't for showing off, but for speaking truth.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.